We live on Who's Mizzou Network. Who do I have the pleasure with speaking to today?
Ali Foster, boys basketball coach, Varsity at Mckinley Senior High School.
First and foremost, Coach, thank you for allowing me to come up here, take time out of your busy schedule to talk to you. Last year, you all took a tough loss to HD in the first round of the playoffs. What was your message to your players in the locker room right after the game that get them prepared for this up-and-coming season?
Well, the biggest thing for the guys, we wanted them to understand that that feeling that they had after the game is not a feeling that they want to go through again. So we really talked about committing ourselves as a program to getting better in the off season, and we feel like we did that. We played up at Demetrius, won some games against some really good competition. We played at a few team camps. We did University of Maryland, Towson. Guys really improved. We tried to get in the weight room. We worked out 4 or 5 times a week. So the guys committed themselves to getting better, and I think they just don't want to have that same feeling again.
Gotcha. So you all finished above 500 last year. So what are some of your expectations coming into this year?
Well, we were fairly young last year. We started three or four guys who were sophomores. So we think that they gained some valuable experience. And we just want to keep pushing. We'd like to finish in the top 4 in the playoffs. We want to try to get a home game. We haven't had a home game in the first round of the playoffs, so we think that's really critical in terms of trying to advance to the next round. So, just hoping to finish in the top 4. We all want to win a championship, and we feel like if we can finish in the top 4 and possibly get a home game, that'll put us in a good position to make a deep run in the playoffs.
Got you. So you said you were bringing back a lot of experience. You also bringing back 3 of your top scorers this year as well.
Yeah.
So just name some key players that we should be looking out for.
Okay. So the 3 guys that have probably been getting the most press over the summer, Woody Newton. He's a 6'7", 6'8", small forward, kind of like that hybrid stretch 4, stretch 3 kind of guy that can do a lot of different things. He had a tremendous summer. AAU ball, and also with us, Tavondre Williams, who we feel like is going to be one of the top shooters in the city. And Daniel Allen, he's going to run the show this year. We're throwing him the keys to the car, and hopefully he can get us where we need to be. But also we have a senior, Demetrius, who's going to provide some really valuable minutes for us. He's been in the program for 4 years. He understands the system. He's a lefty, very crafty. Can finish around the basket. And another kid, Mckinley, who missed last season because of a hip injury. He's coming back. He's going to definitely help us, give us some toughness. And, hopefully we can kind of blend those guys together and play some really good basketball this year.
Got you. Any under the radar X Factor players that we should be watching out for?
Most definitely. There's a young man, his name is Chisholm Njoku. He played JV the last couple of years. He'll be a junior this year. This kid absolutely plays with such a tenacity and a competitiveness that we really need, and we're going to rely on him to bring that every night. And he's a guy that may not score a ton of points, but he's probably going to lead us in taking charges, diving on the floor for loose balls, rebounding out of his area, just an all-around kid who does a lot of really good things on the court.
Got you. Speak about your non-conference schedule and how that schedule is going to prepare your team for the conference play.
Absolutely. So this Saturday we open up at the Coach Wooten Tip-Off Classic over at O'Connell. We're taking on Pilati, which is going to be a very tough opponent for us. One of those private schools that tend to have really solid teams year in and year out. We're also playing in the St. Albans tournament the following weekend. Nothing but heavy hitters in that tournament. So we're hoping to, go through that tournament, get a couple wins, and come out a better team. Over the Christmas break, we'll be playing in the Governor's Challenge, which is in Salisbury on the Eastern Shore. We got 2 games out there, and we also have a non-conference game in Philadelphia, MLK weekend, where we're going to go up there and play 1 game, and hopefully we can, with those games, hopefully we can be playing our best basketball towards the end. And hopefully we can be the best that we can be coming down the stretch.
Got you.
Yeah.
Is it safe to say, so last year I gave the most improved DCIAA team to Phelps. Y'all finished above 500 last year, so I don't want to give y'all the most improved team.
Right.
But I do believe that McKinley Tech is the dark horses of the DCIAA this year.
Right.
Have you been hearing that elsewhere?
Yeah, I have heard that. I mean, in most circles, you're not hearing us as a favorite to win it this year. You know, Wilson added some really, really good transfers. Roosevelt added some really talented players, and those two programs have been pretty consistent. So I think it's fair to say that they probably should be on paper, you know, the favorites to win the DCIAA. But we feel like if we can continue to work hard throughout the season, we were just talking about creating good habits throughout the regular season and hoping that by the time, you know, the playoffs roll around, we'll be playing our best basketball. And once you get in the playoffs, anything can happen.
Got you. Woody Newton is the centerpiece. Speak about his versatility and his elevation, his progression since you've had him.
Yeah, so Woody came in. First of all, he's a year younger than what he's supposed to be. So he just turned 17, I believe. Matter of fact, I think he just turned 16. So he's going to graduate from Mckinley as a 17-year-old. So his physical maturity has started to develop and kind of catch up to his talent. So physically, he's gotten stronger. He's more athletic. When he came in, he was, you know, more of a, you know, face-up guy, take a lot of jump shots. You know, right now we have him bringing the ball up. We post him up. We play him in the high post. So his versatility is really impressive. I mean, he can do a lot of really good things. We got to keep him kind of even keeled throughout the game because he can be a little emotional at times. But you know, that's just the passion that he has for the game. But you know, physically, I think you'll see a much better player this year compared to last year. And you know, I think he'll, you know, make some noise this year.
Gotcha. So you said one of y'all goals was a goal y'all trying to focus on finishing the top 4 of the DCIAA. What's some other season goals you all have?
Well, we definitely want to take care of home. We've dropped some games in the last couple of years on our home court that we just can't afford to do. You know, we want to try to win every game at home and then go on the road and make sure that we, you know, try to get a couple that some people may think that we're not capable of getting.
Got you. Let us know one more time where we could catch McKinley Tech in action at this weekend for the first game of their season.
Okay, this Saturday at 3:15, we'll be playing out at O'Connell against Pilati in the Coach Wooten tip-off classic.
Thank you. Thank you, Coach, for letting me come talk to you. Before we get out of here, just shout out Who's Mizzou Network for me.
Who's Mizzou Network? Get with it.
And I was 4 out of 5 with running. Hey, Daniel. Even out the last, gentlemen.
We live on Who's Mizzou Network, man. Who I got right here?
My name is Daniel Allen, Jr., point guard.
Got you. Daniel Allen, what do you bring to the table?
I can facilitate, spread the floor, my shot, and my teammates better.
Got you. What's your team goals and personal individual goal this year?
Main goal, to win the championship, pass first round. Our team goal to win each many games that we can.
Got you. What to expect this year coming from McKinley Tech?
We got a tough goal this year. We play good teams, Pilati, Bullets, but we think we can beat them.
Got you. Last year you came at me like you weren't good enough credit.
Yeah.
Boom. What do you got to prove? Do you feel like you have a chip on your shoulder and you have something to prove this year?
Yeah, I think I played a lot of good guards this year, so I think I can go at them, play as much as I could, play best I can.
Got you. Good luck with your season. I will be tuned in. One time before we get out of here, just shout out Who's Mizzou Network for me.
Who's Mizzou Network, Tech Go Live.
We live on Who's Mizzou Network. Who do we have right here?
Demetrius Fisher, class of 2018, guard.
Got you. Demetrius, what do you bring to the table?
I got tenacious defense. I always got getting somebody's shorts. I ain't letting nobody score on me easy.
Got you. So you basically like the defensive specialist, defensive stopper.
Yes, sir.
Got you. I also heard you was a senior. Speak about the leadership you bring.
Definitely got to be a leadership. As a senior, it's our responsibility to keep the team in order, make sure we do what we got to do to get W's.
Got you. What are some of your team goals and individuals goals this year?
Team goals, of course, to get a championship. That's what everybody wants every basketball season. Individually, I want to look to make myself a better player, a better role model, and make sure my teammates do the best that they can at all times.
Got you. What to be expecting from McKinley Tech this year?
Definitely expect McKinley to make some noise. We definitely underdogs, but we going to make some noise.
Got you. One time before we get up out of here, just shout out Who's Mizzou Network for me.
Shout out Who's Mizzou Network, Tech Go Live.
We live on Who's Mizzou Network. Who do I have right here?
Wade Newton, class of 2020, wing forward.
D1 prospect, some of your college offers that you know off the top of your head.
I got Kansas State, I got interest in UCF, Oklahoma State, Maryland, Georgetown, Xavier, and more coming.
Okay, more gonna keep coming as long as you keep doing what you gotta do. What do you bring to the table, Mr. Newton?
I'm a 6'8" wing forward that can put the ball on the floor, shoot threes, defend, rebound, all that.
Okay, some of your team goals and personal individual goals this year.
My team goal is to win a championship, go 30 and 5 at least. Some of my individual goals is to make first team this year, no second team, and to win DCI Player of the Year.
Got you. What do you expect from the McKinley Tech?
Expect us to come out and bust everybody. No games this year.
Got you. One time before we get up out of here, just shout out Who's Mizzou Network.
Shout out Who's Mizzou Network. Check go live.